Hello, people. March 8th, and actually, the month of March comes in, and then a lot of such activities come onto the fore. But of course, they are equally important. Well, it's important to acknowledge the women in our lives, and I think happy International Women's Day to everyone out there. Let's also be very honest to each other. The other 363 or 364 days are also yours. But this is a day for celebration. Let us not dwell on the other days so much. 8 is essential, very important. It's important not only for women, but it's also important for us and the other genders and everyone else who forms part of our communities. So happy hashtag IWD2023 to everyone. Equally important to understand that diversity isn't just in the blogs you write or the paragraphs that are created for websites. But then, sorry, give me a second. Well, it's also important to know that diversity, sorry, a lot of emails. So diversity isn't just in your paragraphs that you write. It's also it is also in a lot of other things that you do in life. Because you see, you need opinions. You need diverse opinions. You also need people to pull through a lot of things because that's the only way you survive. There are probably ways and means of doing different things, and that can only happen when you are having this constant volley of opinions and answers. I don't know if I'm really making sense because women do form an extremely important part of workforces, of livelihoods, and of course the communities that we are. So have we faltered? Yes. The past many years we have faltered due to underrepresentation. Do we know the means and ways of improving representation? Yes. Baby steps continue, but of course they face a lot of ire, and I wonder why. Probably because someone thinks in a different way, which is different from what's happened over the past 2000 years. So that's probably one of the reasons these things do not feature in everyone's mindset, but then you have to move on. You are in the 2020s and the years that follow. So you have to be honest to yourself that you will find women who will feature in almost each and everything that you do. You also have to be honest to yourselves that it's not about taking them along. They're always a part of what you do. They will definitely think different than, or rather, they will think differently because they come with a different set of strengths. And it's also equally important to understand that they could probably they they have this inherent quality of pushing themselves to get the perfect work to be done. So you join the party, you make sense with them, and you probably add in 2 plus 2 and ensure that becomes 4. And if you have space for something extra, you make it 4.5 or 5. So, what are we doing from a context of the globe? Yes, we have our own set of problems. Comes without saying that problems are there. Things aren't balanced. If you're searching for equilibrium, you are stuttering. But then the baby steps right now are moving into, are probably pushing pavements and are the voices that were meek earlier, or maybe if the voices that weren't really amplified are getting amplified, and people are, you're being forced to take notice, which is extremely essential. And I'll tell you why. It's also helping you grow as a person, because narratives continue to change, and you need to be in that zone to really understand what's happening. What else is happening? Well, we're in March, so a lot of you know about it. You are celebrating an entire month of honoring the women in your history books, the women around you, and the women who have futuristic set of ideas that will match above and beyond. That's the best part of being part of a diverse, inclusive world, because things have to move on. You shouldn't be stuck in the past, which is, of course, a task in its own. You have to be listening and listening with intent before actually going ahead and doing what really, really matters. So then, I have no sermons for women. I do not uh, hold the title of giving sermons to women either. But yes, I can be a very simple person and offer some advice. If you are within the ages of 10 to 15, rest assured there is no one to stop you. Just ensure you listen to people who have gone through those age groups, because they've had it tougher, and that's made them tougher, and maybe they can guide you. And of course, you are learning, you are being educated, so use education as a lever to safeguard yourself from a lot of ills that are in the society. But of course, use it as a lever to push you to do your best. If you're in the ages between 16 to 25, you're probably in that golden technology era. Uh, don't back off from adopting technology. Of course, you want to stay away from it. A digital detox is always essential, but be sure to use technology to your advantage. You don't need to be an expert, or maybe you can aspire to be an expert, but learn the basics, the tricks of the trade, because as you learn and as you come to that, enter a new stage in your life, you will see that technology is an essential part of your life. Now, how much technology has penetrated in the communities and the regions around you, that is for you to guess, gauge. Probably look at that as a way to ensure that the people after you, or those the ones who are pretty much in the ages, or probably the ones who are 10 to 11 years younger to you, do not face the challenges that you have come across. And of course, once again, goes without saying, use it as a lever to ensure that you have a better life ahead. If you are in the ages between 26 to 35, you've probably used technology at work at some point in time. You have seen the pearls that come out of it. The perils are few. There are many perils, but then you'd like to look at it. You'd not like to look at it with rose tinted glasses. You'd like to look at the positives that are really helping you out. Once again, and I say this with um, a lot of toughness, and I say this with a little bit of remorse, that yes, you've probably been through a little bit of negative chatter, shady comments, etc. But then but I'm pretty sure you've been able to sit in a bubble and sort of shun that away and work your way up. So congratulations for that, anyways, because you didn't really need a cheat code, and you just found your code to success, or if I can use that term. If you are in the ages of 36 to maybe 50, and even the 60s actually, uh, you have gone through an age which was probably tough on you, where you were told to follow things which have been happening in a certain way over so many years. Some of you took it up, some of you believe that maybe this is the way it should have been done. Some of you outliers dared to be different, and are probably sitting at positions which you had aspired for when you were in school, which is huge 30 to 40 years ago. But you are on chairs which have power. And this could be at work, this could be at home as well. You are probably a mentor, super mentor, if I can use that word. You're probably a super mentor for three generations behind you, three freaking generations behind you. Generations that, and all thanks to social media and everything online, you just know that you are inspiring women, girls and women of a certain age, because of all that they read on the media. You are inspiring them, and you've probably inspired them all already, and they are following a certain path to ensure they reach that. And just be sure to use your power in the right sense. I don't know why I should be saying this. Once again, I say I'm no one to give you sermons or educate you in certain way. I can only uh, probably pour in some nuggets of wisdom, and totally depends if you like to use it. But you have powers which should be rather used so efficiently that you leave a mark, indelible as it may be, because you've set the course for three generations to probably follow to a certain extent. You have also shown, or rather opened up the sluice gates for people to realize that careers can be made, families can be made, individual achievements can happen, team achievements can happen, and your gender has nothing to do with it. You can do whatever you want, and if you are a woman who believes in herself, and who believes that she can make it happen, then nothing is impossible. And you are in the right space. So just be who you are and continue your hustle. And as I say, and as I've always used on many social accounts, women who hustle, please hustle with pride, and be the best versions of yourself. See you soon and take care.